Hello, one and all. This is your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn, and with this video, I'm going to show you all of the new robots that you can build thanks to the Nuka World DLC. There are 5 new robots that you can build. The Galactron, Mr. Frothy, Nukatron, the Nuka Mascot, and the Space Sentry. All of them epic in their own way. Now, before you can build these, 2 things must occur. First, you need to have the Automatron DLC, and you need to have met Ada, the main robot companion from that DLC, because until you do that, robot mods won't drop off of robot enemies. So make sure you have Automatron installed, and then go ahead and start the quests by finding Ada. Then, when you go to Nuka World, the robots that you kill have a chance to drop a mod that allows you to build a new part in your robot workbench. My advice is to go to the Galactic Zone and just clear it. Kill all the robots in the Galactic Zone. And there's also a battle zone area within the Galactic Zone. And that's where you're going to find a lot of the mods for the Space Sentry. So be sure to go to the battle zone inside the Galactic Zone and destroy the robots there. Once you're done clearing it, you will have all of the mods necessary to build all of these robots. Now, already, many of you sharp-eyed individuals might notice that these robots are not exactly like the ones that you see in Nuka World, particularly this Mr. Frothy. He looks a lot different, and that's because Bethesda didn't give you all of the mods that they use for their robots in Nuka World, which is a huge bummer, and it's particularly true with Mr. Frothy, but we'll be getting to that in a minute. But very talented modders out there have already created mods that give you all of the different parts that are used on the robots in Nuka World, even the ones that you don't have access to as a player. So, if you are not satisfied with what Bethesda has given you, go ahead and download that mod. I'll link to it in the description of this video, and you too will have access to all of the different weapons, arms, legs, torsos, and everything else that comes in Nuka World. But for the rest of us who are not using mods to build our robots, these are the 5 that you can create, and I'm going to show you how to create each one. Let's start with the Galactron. So let's make a new Automatron. And to build Galactron, you need to start with the head. So go on over to head, choose Protectron head, and then choose the Galactron space head. There we go. That turns the entire body this gold and white color, which is going to be the prevailing theme with many of the robots that come in Nuka World. Now that you have the Galactron space head installed, you can choose all of the different armors, and you can see that they do have a unique paint job, but the one that's new is the head space armor. So you can go all the way down here and see that you do have access to all of the different head armors, but choose the head space armor if you want to make the Galactron. Next up, let's go to Torso and choose Protectron Torso. And then we're going to choose the front factory armor and the rear factory armor. And then go to left arm, choose, it's already set to the Protectron left arm. So we need to add some armor, choose the left factory armor. And now let's talk a little bit about weapons. So there are a bunch of new weapons, but they're actually fairly similar. So scroll on down until you see the Protectron left-hand blue space laser and the Protectron left-hand red space laser. These are going to be very similar to the left-hand automatic laser that came with Automatron. But if you scroll down even further, you see a couple other options. The blue space auto laser and the red auto space laser. These are going to be similar to the automatic laser. In fact, they have the exact same stats, 33 damage and 37 energy damage. They're all exactly the same. They just look different. So we're going to choose a space laser. Let's do the blue space laser for one arm. Then let's go to the right arm, choose the factory armor, and then we'll choose the right-handed space laser, the red one. So now we've got a blue and a red laser. And then we'll use our factory armor for for now. Then for the legs, go to Protectron legs, go to, and then you can choose any of these armors that you want. I'll just choose the factory storage armor for now. Go to leg armor, choose the factory leg armor. Go to right leg armor and choose the right leg armor. Choose a voice if you want, but if you go down to paint, you actually don't have the option to paint it. These paint options are from a mod. These do not come with the DLC or the game. So the use of the space helmet makes it gold and white. That's just the way it's going to be. And there you go. There is our Galactron automatron. You can see that he looks very similar to this guy. Now, as always with any robot, you can mix and match the pieces. This is how you this is just how you build the one that you find in the game. But if you don't want to have it all of the same pieces, you don't have to. That's the beauty of an open world. Now let's see how this guy performs in battle. You can see that he's got the red lasers and the blue lasers, and look at him go! He's just tearing it up. Oh, interesting. He's been damaged. See how his space helmet got shattered a little bit there? Looks like that's what it looks like when he gets damaged. Oh, all the rest of the robots decided to join in. Okay. Right. Alright, well, this is too early. Let me get on with the rest of the video before... Oh, wow! They decided to tackle this house over here. Come on, guys! I'm in the middle of an experiment! Ah... Next up is the Mr. Frothy, and this is the most disappointing one. Without mods, all that changes is the body armor. There are no new Nuka weapons for the Mr. Handy arms, and sadly there's, that's just about it, this box. But I'll show you how to make it. To make the Mr. Frothy, first go to Torso and choose Mr. Handy Torso. Then go to Rear Armor, which is confusing, I know. Go all the way to the end and you find Nuka armor in the rear armor section. Why it's in the rear armor section, I'm not sure. If you go to front armor, there are no options. If you go to top slot, there are no options. If you go to middle center slot, you can have a handy eye, but that just looks really weird, and I think that's probably a mistake. Next, if you want the side eyes, you gotta remove the arms. So go to left arm and go to no left arm. Go to right arm and go to no right arm. Then you can go back to torso and the left center slot opens up. Choose Mr. Handy Eye. And the right center slot opens up. Choose Mr. Handy Eye. Now, what's different between what you have available in this build menu and what you see in the game is that the Mr. Frothy's eyes have a unique red armor, but as you can see, the eyes don't have any armor here, but this is as close as you're going to get to mimicking the effect. Alright, next go to legs, and we're going to choose Mr. Handy Thruster. That opens up, go ahead and do the factory armor here. And that opens up the thruster arms. Go to middle thruster arm, Mr. Handy Arm. Left thruster arm, Mr. Handy Arm. Right thruster arm, Mr. Handy Arm. And then for the mod slots, just go to the factory armor. There's no new Nuka World armor for the handy robot, sadly. Once that's done, you can choose the weapons. Go to middle hand, and you can choose between pincer, saw, flamer, laser, or lightning gun. These are all the same ones that came with Automatron, so it doesn't really matter what you do here. I'm just going to go ahead and choose some things just so that this guy is defensible. And there you go. You've got your Mr. Frothy. Again, he's not really a Mr. Frothy. He's a modified Mr. Handy with a Nuka-Cola torso mod. But let's take him out for a spin and see how he works. There you go. He's pretty good at taking on the ants. Wow. He did not last long at all. Holy cow, that was an epic failure. And I guess I'll have to take care of these myself. Next up is the Nukatron, and this is a fun one. You can get this guy pretty much more or less the way that you find him in the actual game. The only difference is that, you know, his paint job is this green color, which doesn't really look good with the Nukatron body armor. And I've tried changing the paint job to red before putting on the Nuka-Cola body armor, and it has no effect. So the way it's hard-coded in the game, if you use the Nukatron body armor, the rest of him looks green, which is strange. But you do have these Nuka-Cola blasters, which are pretty great. So let me show you how to build this guy. So to build the Nukatron, first go to Torso, choose the Torso, and then choose Nukatron Torso. So the Nukatron actually shows up as a new torso option in the build menu. It also removes a bunch of other options. By choosing this torso, you're no longer able to paint the robot, and among other things. So now you see that our build menu is much smaller. Let's go to left arm, Protectron left arm, and then we're just going to choose factory armor. Now for the claw, for the weapon, let's go on down here. And let's choose these really cool ones. The Nuka Cherry Launcher. It does exceptional damage. Take a look at the left-hand side. As you can see, the minigun would do like 30 damage. And the Nuka Cherry Launcher does 352 damage. The missile launcher only does 80 damage. So it's it's better than the laser Gatling. It's an incredibly overpowered weapon for the robot. So go ahead and choose the Nuka Cherry Launcher. It's pretty intense. And then we're going to choose, for the armor, scroll on down until you find Nuka armor. And that is going to complete the look for the launcher. Alright, so there's the left arm. Let's go ahead and do the right arm. Protectron, right arm, choose the factory armor. Then go into the weapon, scroll on down, and we're going to choose the right-hand quantum launcher. Pretty epic. It doesn't do quite as much damage as the Cherry Launcher, which is surprising to me, because usually the Quantum brand of things tends to do more than the Cherry brand. But you can see that the Cherry does 352 damage and the Quantum does 239. But I want to see what they look like, so we're going to choose the Quantum Launcher there, and then go on down to Hand Armor and choose the Nuka Armor. For the legs, we're going to go ahead and stick with the Protectron legs and choose, let's just go with the Factory Storage Armor and the Factory Leg Armor for both of those. Alright, and we're done. Let's take him out for a spin. Whoa! Boom! Holy cow, that Cherry! Look at them fly! Well, this is a much different effect. Oh, and they finally killed him. Wow. Well, I mean, it took like 10 of them, and he took out a whole bunch of them before he died, too. That's impressive. That's very impressive. Next up is the Nuka mascot. Now, this guy is not a very powerful robot, but he does look great. Or she. I guess it's supposed to be a she. To get this, you actually have to kill Nira. The Nuka mascot mod drops off of Nira in Nuka Town, USA. So you are going to have to kill Nira. But once you kill Nira, you can take the Nuka mascot mod and then build as many of these guys as you want. Now, as always, you can mix and match pieces. You could put a whole bunch of the Nuka blasters instead of these big Mickey Mouse hands or something, and then just keep this sort of Nuka bottle looking armor if you want, just to make it a little bit more offensive. But I'm just going to show you how to build the pure Nuka mascot. Alright, so to start off with this guy, we're going to go to Torso, Protectron Torso. Make sure you're on Protectron Torso. Then go to the front torso armor and choose the Nuka mascot armor. That's right, the Nuka mascot appears as just another armor piece inside the front section. So it's not a unique body. It's actually an armor piece for the Protectron. Then you can't choose a rear armor torso. It locks that out. But then go to left arm and choose Nuka Mascot left arm. It's very similar to the Protectron left arm, but it's a little bit longer. You can see that that's the difference between the two. But go ahead and choose the Nuka Mascot left arm, and then you're actually going to choose the unique Nuka Mascot hand in the weapons section. So it does a little bit more than the simple Protectron claw of 33 damage. It actually does 55 damage, but it's certainly, not impressive. Go to right arm. We're going to choose Nuka Mascot right arm, and then go to the claw section and choose the Nuka Mascot right hand. That locks out the rest of the menu. Then go to legs and choose the unique Nuka Mascot legs. They're just a bit taller than the Protectron legs, and they come with these big old Mickey Mouse socks on. And then that locks out the rest of the build menu. So as you can see, choosing all of the mascot pieces, it reduces the amount of armor you can put on. Like there's no leg armor that I can put on this guy. And his damage resists are 30 and 8. It's just not a very powerful robot, but it looks cool. Well, let's take it out on a spin and see how it does in battle. All right, don't get your hopes up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't expect much. This guy is going to fall quicker than a sack of potatoes. And because all he can do is bat his hands. Oh, and he's gone. Oh, that's sad. My poor Nuka Mascot. Oh, well, it's what we expected, ladies and gents. That's what we expected. At last, here's the one I'm really excited about, the Space Sentry. This guy, he's got these really cool space legs with these points on them. He runs on these roller balls. He's got these Nuka launchers on the back. And then I've got some Nuka launchers. That's a Nuka launcher, and then that's a laser, I believe a laser Gatling or something. And he's got that space helmet on. Oh man, he just looks so great. So I'll show you how to make one of these guys, and then let's take him out for a spin to see how he does in battle. Okay, to build the Space Sentry, you first got to go to Torso, and then choose the Sentry Torso. That opens up the option to go to Head, and then choose the Space Sentry head. Once you choose that head, it turns the entire robot gold and white, similar to the Galactron. Then you just build your robot like usual. Let's choose a front armor, and you can choose any front armors you want. None of these are new, but I want to show off the nice white and gold paint job, so I'm going to choose factory armor. For the rear armor, choose the rear space armor. That gives you this nice shoulder pad up there. That's new. Then for the left shoulder slot, we want the new Nuka launcher. Everything else comes with the Automatron DLC, but this Nuka launcher is brand new. Sadly, it has the exact same stats as the left shoulder launcher, which is basically a missile launcher. So really, it's just a unique effect. But we'll go ahead and choose that. And then for the right shoulder slot, we'll choose that as well. Next, let's go to left arm here and choose the Sentry left arm. And once you choose that, there's no armor option, but you can go ahead and choose the weapon that you want. And you can choose either these space lasers, which do 33 electric damage and then 2 ballistic damage, or you can choose these ones that do 37 energy damage. I'm going to go ahead and let's choose the red space laser for that one. Then for the right arm, we're going to choose Sentry right arm. And then for the weapon, let's go all the way down and, I don't know, let's choose something new. Let's try the Nuka Cherry Launcher. Man, 353. That's an intense amount of damage. All right, let's get it. And then for armor, let's go ahead and get the Nuka armor. So there we go. We've got 2 new weapons. One is completely OP, the Nuka Cherry Launcher, and then the laser. Next, we go to legs, and then just go ahead and choose the Space Sentry legs. Wow! My goodness, this guy is huge. Let's back up a little bit. Woo-wee, that's a big boy. Alright, so for the leg armor, go to the left leg armor, and there's a new armor option called the Leg Space Armor. For the rear leg, however, there is no space armor, so you're going to have to choose something else. We'll go with the factory armor for now. But for the right leg, there is the space armor option, so we're going to choose space armor. We get space armor for the front 2 legs, and then the back leg just has the traditional standard armor. All right, we are done. Let's take this bad boy out for a spin and see how he does in combat. All right, buddy. Do your thing. Huh. He's not using his missiles. Oh, there he goes. He is using his missiles. Are you going to use your Nuka blaster? Whoa. Oh, looks like some of my other robots... Oh, I've got some more robots joining the fray here. Hey! There goes the Nuka quantum stuff. Oh, and the charge! Oh! He's done! I'm sad. Holy cow. I'm shocked. The Nukatron did better than this guy. The Nukatron, well, at about as good as him. The Nukatron lasted about as good as long as he did. Wow, I'm sad. Well, at least I still have one left. That was way too much fun. You know, I bet you that if I had upgraded the guy with some of the better armor mods, he would have lasted longer. But he did have 10 to 15 different gunners attacking him, so what can you expect? Also, I want to show you one more thing. So if you have any of the space heads chosen, the armor pieces for the other robots that you put on it will have the gold and silver appearance. So for example, there are no new Assaultron pieces that dropped, despite the fact that there are actually some space Assaultrons in the Robco Battle Zone. But anyway, if you were to go to Torso and choose the Assaultron Torso, and then start putting on some Assaultron factory armor, notice how it's white, right? It's white and gold, right? So let's build out the entire Assaultron. Assaultron left arm with factory armor. Assaultron right arm with factory armor. How about a Nuka mascot hand for fun? And then Assaultron legs. With factory armor for the left and factory armor for the right. And you see that it's got the white and gold paint scheme all over. But if you were to change the head back to an Assaultron head, you see how it goes to black. And the Space Sentry head isn't even available as an option because it only shows up when you use the Sentry torso. I know, it doesn't make any sense. So if you want the white and gold paint theme for a Robo-Brain or an Assaultron, you're going to have to go with the Galactron space head. Like so. Wow, that is a weird looking robot. Those hands, oh my gosh. Alright, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. Those are all of the 5 new individual robots that you can build with the Nuka World DLC. Of course, you can mix and match all of these pieces to make something crazy and conceptual and weird, and who knows, maybe you're the Pablo Picasso of robot design or something. You don't have to use symmetry, you don't have to do with the base design, but these are what they look like. I hope this video was useful and informative. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Remember, you can get the mods necessary to build all of these robots by simply going to the Galactic Zone and killing the robots there, and then going to the Robco Battle Zone within the Galactic Zone and killing the robots there. And you can get the mascot skin from Nira in Nuka Town. That's how you get all the mods. Thank you all so very much for watching. Subscribe for more content just like this, and I'll see you all very soon.